It is considered absolutely normal to get a checkup on our physical health, as well as it is mandatory to get our car checked every so often. Only our mental health is left to its own device. And don't get me started on how little investment on a social level there is for the well-being of relationships, romantic or not. There are more divorce lawyers than relationship therapists, and that alone should make us think. Harvard University has conducted a study of 75 years to discover what makes us happy. All social classes were considered, and people were followed throughout their life to discover what is the most important element that influences our happiness in life. The results showed that good quality of relationships, especially the special relationship we have with a spouse or someone really close, is the most important indicator of a happy life. These alone should move the needle towards focusing on how to have better relationships. When a few years ago I decided to shift the focus of my work as therapist on relationships, I noticed a consistent increase in demand. The majority of clients were coming for individual sessions. However, what they were bringing in session were more often than not situations related to relationships. Nothing surprising there. Harvard University have already studied the phenomenon. The relationships are key in our life. In the same way, harmonious close relationship can affect our happiness. The difficulties we experience in our relationships can cast a shadow on our enjoyments of life. When our loving bond is challenged, we are immediately affected. The needs we fulfill in our romantic relationship have been compared to the attachment needs activated when we first engage with our parents at birth. This goes to demonstrate how fundamental to our emotional well-being healthy relationships are. The world is organized in a way where almost everything is checked, controlled, and revised, and regularly done to make sure we are living safe and healthy. The only aspect of our life that is left out of this control system is our mental well-being. So we may be physically healthy, living in a safe house, and driving a well-functioning car, and still be mentally afflicted, spiritually depleted, and altogether unhappy. Not much in terms of quality of life, if you ask me. The effect that our individual health has on our ability to be present and engage in a loving relationship is also often overlooked. If we are mentally challenged by sadness, fear, or stress, we more often than not look at the relationship as a place where we can be taken care of. This is surely an important aspect of a relationship, taking care of each other in difficult moments. However, we also know that an healthy exchange of giving and taking is also unmissable in an healthy relationship. The focus on yourself, the focus on ourselves, our mental health, the restoring of our strength so that we can engage from a more active and giving place again with our partner is sometimes overlooked. And the consequences on the relationship become quickly visible in these cases. The reason we sometimes indulge in letting our partner taking care of our distress more than we focus on healing ourselves and being back in the healthy giving and taking exchange with our loved ones has very often to do with the belief we have about what we are capable of, what we are worth, and what we deserve. If you consider that it has been scientifically demonstrated how powerful our mind influences our health and physical reality, the lack of a regular maintenance of our mental health seems an indefendable oversight. Have you ever heard of the placebo effect? If you haven't, the placebo effect is a phenomenon emerged in medical researches and that manifests itself when healing occurs in the absence of medicine. In medical studies and researches, there is typically a group of subjects with the same sickness divided in two groups, one taking the active medicine and one taking a placebo sugar pills. None of the subjects, sometimes not even the medical personnel, know who is taking the placebo and who is taking the active medicine. Sometimes they all believe they are taking the studied medicine. In many experiments, it has become clear how the placebo effect, aka the power of our mind, has potent healing powers. Just because the subject taking the sugar pills think the substance assumed is beneficial and there is trust in the positive effect of that medicine, healing may occur. The researchers measure the results in terms of improvement of the symptoms on both groups, and there is always a surprising amount of people from the placebo group that shows significant improvement in the symptoms. That is the placebo effect. Believing that the medicine you are taking is healing you can be enough to heal you. This is how powerful the mind is. In light of all this, it seems we weaken our chances of health and happiness in life by still overlooking the well-being of our mind. Wouldn't you agree? Probably this is because when you hear that during a research, the group of people taking the placebo medicine had a remarkable recovery rate, you are still not grasping how to make that information work for you in your specific situation. It is indeed not an easy translation from knowing there is a placebo effect to applying it to your life and whenever you are struggling with. If you go back to relationships, a way the power of our mind negatively affects our relationship has to do with the belief we hold on to unconsciously without realizing fully what those beliefs create in our life. For example, a lot of women, despite having a career outside of the house, they are still the main contributor in cleaning the house, doing the wash, cooking and shopping for food. It's getting better with every generation, however, it is still out of balance. This is noticeable when these same women complain that the man is not helping enough or cannot independently see what needs to happen in the house and just do that. I'm not saying women in this example are wrong. I'm saying that more often than not, there is a belief inside of them that they are supposed to do all that work in the house. I am talking here of a deep-rooted belief coming from previous generation into our unconscious via transgenerational ways. The proof that the belief is present somewhere inside those hard-working women is that when they complain about their partner, they say, it doesn't help in the house. The word help is the key. If I start a company with another human being, let's keep it gender neutral, and we decide that we will be each 50% responsible for the company, I won't do all the administrative work and then complain that my partner doesn't help me. I would do my 50% of the work, and whenever my partner doesn't do as much, I would say something down the line of, why are you not doing your part of the work? But I would never ask, why are you not helping me? Helping has to do with performing tasks that do not belong to you. Helping is a gift that you do to another when you take over some of their tasks. The ownership of the task is with the one that is helped, not with the one helping. The dictionary explains how helping is a supporting action. This implies that there is no ownership. There are many more examples of beliefs we have inside, sometimes without even knowing, and that affect our functioning in life and in relationships. The individual work of self-awareness brings these to light, to be re-evaluated and possibly transformed. This personal endeavor is an indispensable aspect of work on healthier and happier relationships. Self-awareness and self-mastery makes people active, present, and attentive in loving, intimate, and passionately happy relationships. The power of the mind has been shown to affect positively many aspects of life, especially in spiritual circles. It is well known fact that what we believe has a great influence on what we manage to achieve in life. If I believe I'm worthy and lovable because I have been programmed in this way since birth, I'm more likely to consider normal and to expect that wealth and love keep being present in my life. On the other side, if I was given a bad hand to start with, and I have been identifying as someone with no value and no worth, I may seriously struggle to prosper in life and love under the effect of those same beliefs. These are two extreme examples, and there are, of course, a lot of nuances in between. I would say that we are all unique in the way our beliefs influence us. The important point to be made here is, on one side, that the beliefs we have can be modified, influenced, and transformed. And on the other side, that this kind of belief live really deep inside of us, so they may be difficult to see at first and to be recognized as beliefs rather than the truth we think we know. At the core of this is that the lack of mental prosperity can affect so much more than physical health. It colors our social life, our work, our finances, etc. The way we then perceive ourselves and life in general impacts heavily on the quality of our relationships that have been proven to be so key to our happiness. In light of the huge effect that our mind has on our quality of life, the importance of more focus on our mental well-being is undeniable. Knowing yourself better, developing self-awareness, rediscovering your personal power, your preferences, your desire, and so much more about yourself and your inner life become then of the utmost importance. Our relationships and our happiness depend on it. The better we know ourselves, the more we can choose our beliefs and improve our life consequently. This is why I create this content, so that you can get closer to yourself and do a self-managed checkup on your entire life and start to enhance your mental health. Your relationship will be positively affected by this alone.